So first, let's talk about the ports, because that's kind of the biggest thing with this device is expandability. On the front of the unit, there are two USB-A ports, a SD card slot, a micro SD card slot, and a USB-C port as well. And then this colored icon is actually a power button for the monitor itself, which is a little 5-inch display. It's not very high resolution, but it is really cool. It does count as an external monitor on your computer, and that's really important for a detail later. On the back, this little magnetic slot right here is where the NVMe goes, and as you can see, you could put different size NVMe's. This is the $99 model, which has the 10 gigabit NVMe slot. They are coming out with a $199 model soon that will have a 40 gigabit NVMe slot, but I just want to let you know that is the version that I have. Then for ports on the back, it has two USB-A's that are 10 gigabit. It has an HDMI in, so if you aren't using an Apple product, you can plug in directly to this monitor to use it for something else like a PlayStation, whatever it may be. There is the host USB-C, which that is what you plug in to your Mac Mini or whatever Apple device you're going to use. The USB-C on the right is for power in. So if you're going to be using the HDMI in, you are going to need to power in this unit, as with Apple products, it actually gets the power in the host USB-C. But for non-Apple products, you need to get power from somewhere. And then all the way on the right, it has a headphone jack. Now, as you can see right here on this model, I have this little piece right here. Now you open it up and you could put your M4 Mac Mini inside of it. But if you're not using a Mac Mini, then you could just leave this piece on and it makes it look a little bit more complete, and you can put it next to your computer or wherever it may be, and it's a really great desk item. Now, you may think this device is kind of gimmicky, and I would say yes, in some ways it is, because you don't get much use out of the screen, but it is nice to have the expandability of the ports and the NVMe slot. And I think the target audience for this device are going to be people who want that nostalgia factor, who had those Macs in the 80s, or their parents had the Macs in the 80s, and you just want to have this little bit of history on your desk to kind of remind you of a simpler time.